2020 Dew Edition. We're letting you know the best events and activities this Thanksgiving all around Connecticut.
Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and thousands of runners from around the world are gearing up for the Manchester Road Race.
Welcome to Hopeful, Helpful Headlines. I'm Professor Kim from Manchester Community College. This is ICE TV. Thank you so much for joining us today, and happy Thanksgiving. Joining us in studio today is Drew Crandall with Keep in Touch Public Relations of Tolland, and he's with Public Relations for the Manchester Road Race. Hey, Drew, welcome.
Great to be here.
Tell us about the Manchester Road Race. It's coming back in all earnest. It is going to be an even bigger and better event than last year.
Indeed. After 2 interesting years with the coronavirus and the variant, we really feel this year is our comeback year.
Good.
Things are back to normal. Registrations are strong. It looks like we'll have over 10,000 registered runners on race day, on Thanksgiving Day. It's a wonderful community event. This is the 86th year that it's been held. And I'm not aware of any kind of community event in any other town or city in Connecticut quite like this.
Excellent. Now, speaking of community, this brings out a lot of different sponsors, big and small. Tell us about some of them.
Sure. We have soup to nuts, large organizations that are very recognizable, ECHN, Pratt & Whitney, down to smaller businesses, some almost startup businesses. For example, my Papa's Homemade Sauce in the Hilliard Mill. They make spaghetti sauce for our spaghetti dinner.
Nice.
And the new Cambria Hotel right over the line in South Windsor, they're our official hotel this year.
Excellent.
Highland Park Market.
Love those guys.
Lynch Toyota, healthcare providers such as sports medicine, integrated rehabilitation services, the Arbors. It's just an amazing potpourri of sponsors. And Al, we have over 500 volunteers who mobilized before, during, and after the race to make this happen.
You need that big community effort, volunteers and sponsors, to pull off something this big.
That's right.
Excellent.
And what I've been discovering over the years, this is my 8th year of being involved, is just the leadership is such a high-quality team of leaders.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to serve behind the scenes, you get to see how things operate, sort of under the radar, and just a great bunch of people who are passionate about bringing really a world-class event to Manchester.
Well, we certainly tip the hat to James Balcom, who was career services here at MCC for many, many years, retired recently, and I understand he's going to be kind of retiring from the race finally after 40-some years?
It's been in the wind for a little while, but you know that he's so passionate.
I know,
about
what
the
dedication.
race. He's Mr. Manchester Road Race.
Absolutely.
And so, yes, this is his final race with the starting gun.
Good.
This is Thanksgiving in Manchester. But he's going to hang around, and he won't be as heavily involved, but I don't think he'll really separate himself from the race completely. He's a super guy, great leader.
When folks sign up, they should register.
That's cool.
Because those registration fees and some of the other corporate sponsorships, they all go towards charitable disbursements afterwards.
That's right. We give a lot to charities. It fluctuates year by year depending on how revenues were in that particular year. But if you run without registering, we're not going to kick you off the course. But there's a trade name for that person who doesn't register. They're called bandits.
Yeah.
And that's the term that's used across the country.
Okay.
And so we usually do have a number of bandits who tag along with the race. And we don't play hardball. You know, we just appeal to people to please support the community. And one of the ways you can is by paying the registration fee to pay not only our expenses, but also give to local charities. A race like this is very expensive, as you can well imagine. So we need that revenue to pay the freight and keep this race alive year after year after year.
I love that this is also, in a way, a huge event for top world runners from around the globe.
It is.
They use this as either practice or prep for bigger marathons like Boston or New York.
Correct.
They come to little old Manchester to try and establish a name and record times for themselves.
That's right. We have elite athletes coming in by airplane, by train, by bus, by car, and they get a glimpse of life in northern Connecticut and get to appreciate the people, the culture, and the topography, the whole environment of southern New England.
I love that even if you're not a serious runner and want to do the race itself, You can come dress up in costume. There are families that come, and you can walk the race. Whatever you want to do, just kind of participate in the fun event on Thanksgiving morning.
That's right. And it's covered live by Fox 61 TV, live by WTIC 1080 AM radio, and Fox also streams it afterwards on high definition Roku and Amazon Stick.
Very good.
So there are all kinds of ways that you can watch either live or afterwards.
And speaking of afterwards, there's usually a community blood drive that happens the day after. So that's Black Friday, I guess.
Right.
But it's still a good reminder to give.
Absolutely. We have arguably the biggest blood drive in the state.
Wow.
Over 300 pints of blood are given every year consistently. And we started this years ago in 1986, and the cumulative number of pints that have been donated thus far, not including this year, is about 2,700 pints.
Wow.
So this year we'll probably go over the 3,000 mark.
Excellent. Where can folks get more information about the road race?
They can go to manchesterroadrace.com. That's manchesterroadrace.com. We just rebuilt the site this summer. We collaborated with Race Roster, which is a very well-known, reputable organization in running, and they have done a very good job collaborating with our team. You can also go to Facebook. We have Manchester Road Race on Facebook.
Great. Drew Crandall with Public Relations for the Manchester Road Race. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for joining us on Hopeful, Helpful Headlines from ICE TV at Manchester Community College.
That was amazing. In other news, ICE Radio and ICE TV clubs partnered with MCC's very own Cougar Pantry to collect perishable and non-perishable goods on the last week of November. ICE Radio and TV staff will be accepting the donations in the Student Services Center right near Cougar Caf. Donations to L149 are always welcome. In more local news, on Saturday, November 26th, Main Street in downtown Manchester celebrated Holiday on Main. Plenty of good deals from local stores, and the kids got a picture with Santa.
MCC Vets Club is also collecting new unwrapped toys. SGA and Newman Club are seeking winter coats, gloves, and hats. You can enter a drawing for prizes like a gift bag from the MCC bookstore featuring MCC merch. Get it now before they run out. Or the best parking spot in Westlaw.
For this year's honorable mention, you don't want to miss it. Puppy Palooza on November 19th in stores. There will be cute little puppies to adopt. Always remember, adopt, don't shop. This event is sure to be awesome.
That's it for Hopeful, Helpful Headlines. Thanks for watching.
Check out ICE TV at MCC on YouTube and Instagram.